Well, good morning. It is Thursday, December 22nd. She warmed up a little bit. It was nasty cold yesterday. We ain't seen the sun in a long time. Tuesday, actually, we did see the sun. Oh, it's there. But there's not much coming through from her. Before Tuesday, about solid 2.5 weeks, we went without seeing it. Like it was gray, like nothing coming through the clouds. So it seems like it just keeps snowing every single night. That's just kind of my winter routine. I've made videos on all of this stuff, so if you want to know more about anything I'm doing right now, go ahead and subscribe and take a gander through my list of videos. This is my solar array. House runs 100% off grid. I am physically disconnected from the line. There is no wire going from that power pole to my house. They removed it. I asked them to take the meters off back in 2017, and they pissed and moaned about it a little bit. But they did. They showed up and they made a big old stinking deal about it. I don't know how thorough I need to be here because it's still snowing. It doesn't really matter. It's all still gonna get covered up by snow. But this is my solar array. It's a ground mount. The reason I did a ground mount is so I can clean my panels off this easy. Take a floor broom, pull it down. By the end of the winter, this will be piled up pretty high, actually. But maybe I'll take the tractor over here and push it out of the way so I don't have to step on it. Yeah, we got a lot of snow last night. We got, well, not a lot. I had 3-4 inches. I just went through, you can see kind of the imprint of the path here. I just went through and took the tractor and plowed everything out last night. And well, it's time to do it again. But there's more snow falling, so I'll end up having to do it again. Just letting the tractor warm up while I get everything else squared away. Did already go feed the chickens, so they're good. Ah, shit. I don't have the lights on in here. But since it's been so gray, we've been relying pretty heavily, more heavily than I would like to be, on the backup generator. Everything that runs the house right now is running off of batteries, and they're not in the danger zone yet. But if I don't do something about it this morning, they will be. I've also got detailed videos about this here generator. So if you're more interested in this, go ahead and look that up. But it's a 212 Predator motor pulleyed up to a Thermodyne dual core PMA. She's capable of chucking over 3,000 watts. I've got her set, I've got the throttle set for about 1,500 watts, and that's enough to at least keep my batteries in the yellow, not quite get them in the green. But if I run it for like 2 tanks full, it'll all the way fill it up. One tank isn't enough. I've got 16 deep cell batteries in the basement, and that's what the inverter runs off of. It takes gobs of power to fill up 16 deep cell batteries. And if the sun actually like comes out, you know, it can do it, but she ain't been out in like 2.5 weeks. So other than one day, it came out briefly for a couple hours, and I think we accumulated like 4 kilowatt hours that day, and it's close to like a 20 kilowatt hour bank, so it takes a lot more than that to fill it up. So we've been relying on this thing. Works good. Just, you know, it costs money every day. And gas ain't cheap anymore, so it's not that big of a pain in the ass. It's just that it costs money. It's not cheap anymore. If you want to know more about that generator, go ahead and scroll through the videos and check that out. We can, however, I would like to go check and see the condition of the batteries. Check the furnace. Holy, that tile is slippery with snow on the boots. Turn the lights on here. Okay. So right now the throttle is set for it to be making about 1,300 watts, 50 amps, and that 50 amps is being distributed between all 16 batteries. Battery voltage is currently 25.8. I'll let this whole tank run and see what that does. I'll probably end up refueling it before it empties out. Excuse the mess, I just wrapped up my hunting season. Oh yeah, time for a couple more hunks of wood. We got a very sufficient pile of ash downstairs, and then I've got a ridiculous reserve pile outside under the tarp. But you know, living off grid is definitely it's a challenge, but it's not that much different than normal life. Like, I've got a longer list of chores. Oh yeah, this is kind of my favorite spot to hang out. I sit this little pad right here, and I sit cross-legged, and yeah, once in a while I might enjoy myself a beer. But yeah, anyways, grid life. The list of chores is longer, but I have a lot more freedom. I work for myself. I pick my own hours. And in the meantime, I kind of just screw around with whatever I want, whenever I want. Under there is probably a whole nother year's worth of wood. And so we're good. We don't even have meters on the house anymore. It's where they used to be. They took them off. Those are the wires that used to run to that pole. They removed them. They're gone. I'm physically disconnected from the grid. That was where my gas meter was. It's gone. So we rely 100% on our own energy and our own heat source. I am, however, obligated to use the municipal water because they have it run to my house. That is the one monopoly that there is in the state of Wisconsin. If there is municipal water run to your house, you have to use it. Stupid grapevines. If I wanted to just set the phone down for a second here, apologize. If I wanted to put a well in, it would actually be really easy because we're sitting on all sand. I could drive a shallow well point in really easy because it's all really fine sand. But if the local municipality noticed that I wasn't drawing water off of their system anymore, they would come and they would show up with a concrete truck, and they would fill it in with concrete, and they would fine me a couple $1,000. So that's the one thing I'm at the mercy of, is I have to pay for city water that includes fluoride and chlorine and all the other shit, and I absolutely hate spraying that on my gardens I might end up putting a shallow well point because I am allowed to irrigate. You can put your own well in. You can do a shallow well. You can do whatever, you know, whatever. But you can't run it to the house. So it's only allowed for irrigation and or filling pools. So I might do that just so I can water the garden. I got lots of gardens here, and we rely heavily on our gardening and my hunting. I deer hunt back there, I deer and turkey hunt back there, and then do some small game hunting, and that's a big part of our food for the year. But you know, I just don't like relying on the systems, the providers. And I got backup plans for backup plans for backup plans. The phone was dead this morning. I meant to have this part on the video, so I guess I'll just walk over here and show you the birds. Oh, the bunch of wimps. Half of them already are back in the coop. It ain't even that cold, girls. What the hell? Yeah, they're mostly all snuggled back up into the coop. Yeah, 2 roosters and the 3 grandmas are the only ones left outside still. Just chilling. We've got like, pretty sure we have 16 birds. I don't know. It's hard to keep track of it. They just hatched a bunch of new ones. What are you doing? I'm sorry to let all your heat out. You're all hiding inside. You bunch of wimps, it's not even that cold out. A little bit of snow. I've got a heater coil from you know, those seats you can buy that you stick on your car and plug into the cigarette outlet, and then you know, it can warm your butt up. I took one of those apart, and it uses approximately 5 amps, 3 to 5 amps depending on the setting you put it on. So I've got one of those in the floor of the chicken coop. I poured concrete over it so it warms up the concrete, and then there's a 50-watt solar panel attached directly to that, and that just helps keep the chickens' feet warm, and that'll keep them laying eggs through the winter. We had 2 new clutches hatch this last season, so we got a bunch of new chickens. I think we're up to, I don't know, we just had one die. She was an older one though. She was like 3 or 4 years old. So I think we're down to 16, but we were at like 20. 2 of them turned into soup. And one of them just, whatever, got sick and died. Chickens do that. They're really sensitive animals, so. But, so we got, you know, a backup source of protein right there. Regardless of the hunting I do, we've got protein coming in. and lots of vegetables through the gardening season. But anyways, it's time to clear the driveway and all my paths off. So I'm gonna go play in a tractor for a little bit. Well, probably a bit. It's gonna take a while to get everything cleared off. But yeah, that's pretty much my winter routine for living off grid in the middle of the city. I'm in the middle of Green Bay, Wisconsin, and I was fortunate enough to land a 5.5 acre spot that is zoned dual. It's dual zoned. It's commercial and residential. So as long as somebody lives in this house, it's residential. But as soon as this house is vacant, it reverts back to commercial. So while somebody's living here, the property taxes stay cheap. And I got a good arrangement with my landlord. She leaves me the hell alone if I leave her the hell alone. If something goes wrong with the house, I take care of it and I don't bother her. She doesn't have to send some hack to try to patch it up. I just take care of it right, because I'm a licensed contractor. So there's been all kinds of issues with this house, but same with the shed. Always working on something. And I got a couple days off here, so I got some projects to take care of. But anyhow, thanks for watching. Merry Christmas. God bless you.